should be allowed to compete and eventually get a shot at the Olympics for the first time in decades. Rich Van Wyk has been following this story. He is with us live now. Rich?
And the Federation of International Gymnastics sat down to business about an hour ago. They are about the business of deciding what to do with athletes the South African government has sent to compete in the World Championships.
We are meeting here tonight to discuss the question about the participation of South Africa to these World Championships, which is a very important issue not only to the sport of gymnastics but to the sport worldwide.
Members of the South African delegation are in the meeting, no doubt trying to convince representatives from other countries that the South African government is indeed abolishing apartheid, and its treatment of blacks has improved to the point where its athletes should once again be allowed to compete internationally.
This afternoon you will see the fourth session of men's podium training.
In the sport of gymnastics, there is nothing bigger, and many say more important, than the World Championships. More than 500 athletes from more than 50 nations are competing for individual and team honors, as well as a chance at the 1992 Olympics.
This means for me is probably more important than the Olympic Games because these are my trials. So that means that I have to do really good here in order to qualify for the Olympic Games.
For 21 years, the International Olympic Committee banned South African athletes from competing because of their government's apartheid racist policies. The IOC dropped its ban in July, leaving the fate of South African athletes to the governing bodies of each individual sport.
Gymnasts are not political. They are athletes like everybody else.
It's time to give them another chance.
I think they should be allowed back now at this stage. I think they're making some effort to tidy up the country.
South Africa sent 5 athletes to Indianapolis, 3 women and 2 men, hoping they would be allowed to compete. Those athletes, no doubt, are very eager to find out what the Federation of International Gymnastics decides. The meeting is being conducted in 4 different languages. It is expected to take about 2 hours. When we know something, we'll let you know. Ann?
All right, we thank you for the update, Rich. Tom?
A group of Madison...
World Gymnastics Update is sponsored in part by your Central Indiana Sizzler restaurants.
And welcome back, everybody. This was another big night at the World Gymnastics Championships under the Hoosier Dome, and Scott Hoke joins us live right now from the Dome with tonight's wrap-up report. Scotty, it's all yours.
Thanks a lot, Ed. It was a big night tonight because the team championships were decided here at the Hoosier Dome, and the Soviet Union, to no one's surprise, again dominated the competition, winning the World Championships for 1991. They had an outstanding night. Let's take a look at some of the highlights because we had some Americans doing pretty well as well. We will update you on how they finished in just a second. This is Scott Keswick on the still rings. And he is one of the Americans who did very, very well on the still rings. As a matter of fact, he will be in the rings finals, as well as in one other event in the finals later on this weekend. Scotty tonight, a 9.775 on the still rings, his second highest score of the evening. He scored a 9.8 on the high bar. Here he is with a handstand there on the still rings. Scott Keswick, one of the 5 American gymnasts. As you know, they were originally with 6, but Lance Ringnauld suffered an injury. They were down to 5, which some of the guys said hurt him a little bit tonight. This is Guo Liniao from China doing his exercise on the pommel horse right here. The Chinese were very, very good. 9.875 for Guo. This is Vitaly Sherbo of the Soviet Union on the high bar. He is the overall winner and the individual 1991 world champion. Now let's go to the team standings real quickly if we can and show you how dominant the Soviet Union was tonight, winning easily over China. The Germans were 3rd, Japan 4th, the United States finished 5th. They had a pretty good battle with Korea, beating them by 0.3 of a point. Now, we had a chance to catch up with a couple of the U.S. gymnasts, at least one, Chris Waller, and their coach, Francis Allen, after the competition tonight. Let's take a listen to what they had to say, their reactions.
I have mixed emotions. It was tough going in there with 5 guys, and we had some really bright spots, but the worst in place where we could have done better. All in all, when I look back at this, I'm happy about it, and the rest of us really happy too.
Every delegation head man came to me and said, man, the USA team looks good. Well, when they know that, that's what we were here to prove. We were here to prove that the USA team is back on the track. And I think tonight's performance and the compulsory performance proved that.
That is Francis Allen, the U.S. men's coach. Let's go live now over to the Westin Hotel. We have got the U.S. men's team standing by. Guys, you did a great job tonight, and I think Jared Hanks is one of you all that has a microphone wired up. Jared, my question first of all to you is kind of react to what your coach just said. How big of an event was this for you guys tonight? What does this do for U.S. men's gymnastics?
Definitely we're moving up in the world right now in men's gymnastics. Next year at the Olympics, by placing in the top 6, we were able to be in a better session for the Olympics, and that could give us a good chance for a medal next year at Barcelona.
Scott Keswick, immediately to your left, Jared, one of the guys in 2 event finals. Talk about that. You did very well on the still rings tonight, 9.775. Talk about being in the finals this weekend.
Well, I'm very pleased with those 2 performances tonight, as well as the compulsory performance. And I'm going to go out in the event finals and give my best, and hopefully I'll bring back a medal for the U.S.
Hey, now I know there were a lot of fans. I see Cheney Humphrey in the background there waving an American flag. A lot of fans were out there tonight cheering you guys on. I guess that had to make a big difference for you.
Yeah, that definitely helps.
The crowd was tremendous tonight. We couldn't ask for any more. They were behind us 100%, and they got us on fire on a couple of events, and we really thank them for that.
All right, guys, thanks a lot. Jared Hanks, Scotty Keswick, Chris Waller, Cheney Humphrey, and Patrick Kirksey. Patrick Kirksey. It was right here on the tip of my tongue. Thanks a lot, guys. Great job tonight, and we'll see you later on this weekend.
Thank you.
Okay, checking out the individual standings. You saw him briefly for a second, and let's go back to the individual standings. As mentioned, the Soviet, Vitaly Sherbo, and his teammates Masutin, Liukin, and Igor Podobchinsky, the defending world champion, the top 4 in tonight's individual standings. And there you see Andreas Wecker, a couple of Germans there, at 5th and 6th. Well, that will wrap it up from the Hoosier Dome from the men's competition night tonight. Scott Hope reporting live. We'll send it back to Ed up in the studio.
Scotty, thank you very much, and if you could take the time, I know you don't have it, I hope you don't have it, to go over those Soviet names one more time. Thank you anyway, nice job.
Okay.
Okay, buddy. A lot more sports to tell you about after this time out, including the evening in baseball. Welcome back, everybody. As we told you off the top of the newscast tonight, history was made in Indianapolis when 15-year-old Kim Zmeskal shocked the world by winning the gold medal in the women's all-around competition at the World Gymnastics Championships under the Hoosier Dome. Kim led an unprecedented wave of high American finishes. Prior to tonight, no American woman had ever placed higher than 7th in the worlds, and tonight there were 3 in the top 6. Kevin Madden has the story of an incredible evening at the Hoosier Dome.
It was an incredible night for the United States here at the women's all-around final of the World Gymnastics Championships. The 3 American women competing, Kim Zmeskal, Betty Okino, and Shannon Miller, each placed in the top 6. And history was made when the 15-year-old Zmeskal edged out the defending champion to win the gold medal. Svetlana Boginskaya from the Soviet Union, the world's dominant female gymnast heading into Indianapolis, won the all-around at the '89 Worlds. Tonight, she finished 11/100ths of a point behind Zmeskal. American Betty Okino, shown here on the 4X, finished 4th in the competition. Teammate Shannon Miller placed 6th. But the night belonged to Zmeskal. Her scores were never lower than a 9.9. She becomes the first American woman to win a gold medal at the World Championships.
That means a lot, especially since I'm in the United States. It's really helpful, you know. I can celebrate a lot easier here, and I'm just really proud, and I've worked really hard this whole summer and the other 9 years that I've been in gymnastics, and I'm glad it's all paid off.
An interesting discussion arose at the post-meet press conference. Boginskaya, the second-place finisher and defending champ, was asked if she would have won had the meet been held in Europe, the tallest tonight.
I'm very pleased with all my performances, and I'm really excited that all 3 American competitors could make the top 6. That means a lot for, you know, our standings in, you know, the World Gymnastics. And I think we're all just really excited, looking forward to next year's Olympic Games.
From the Hoosier Dome, Kevin Madden, 6 Sports.
Svetlana, give it up. You got whooped. Here's the all-around standings. Meskal, the winner of the gold. Svetlana, flying in her milk. Boginskaya, second. Bontas from Romania, third. Bediakino, Gatsu from the Soviet Union, fifth. And then Shannon Miller from the United States. Just simply incredible, as both Kevin and I pointed out, almost simultaneously. An incredible evening at the Hoosier Dome. Well, Ben Davis is turning out to be...
It was a shining moment in the history of gymnastics. 17-year-old Kim Zmeskal took the gold, becoming the first American all-around champion.
Hello, Kim Zmeskal opened a new era, a new American era, which is very, very exciting, and I know that means thousands and thousands, maybe millions of young children heading toward the gymnasiums right now or latest tomorrow.
Little girls, like 11-year-old Emily Merchant, dreams of following Kim's footsteps someday.
I was screaming and yelling and congratulating her, and I wish I could have gone down there and congratulated her myself.
Emily got to meet her idol tonight and will take home some memories and autographs.
I was just so glad, and when they told us we could come down here, my heart was pounding so much. I was so excited.
And it seems America, too, is excited about a sport that hasn't always been so popular. And its popularity isn't expected to fade anytime soon.
Type of athletic event which is widely watched, widely enjoyed, and probably the most spectacular speed event of our century.
Stacia Matthews, 6 News.
A call tonight for Mike to see it up close.
Yeah, that's right. What TV does something to it, doesn't it? Anyway, coming up, our gymnastics report for the day. We will wrap up today's first day of the event finals from the World Gymnastics Championships down at the Dome.
Hello, I'm Richard Bennett.
WRTV6 World Gymnastics Championship update.
Well, the rest of the nation got to enjoy tonight what's been capturing our attention for the past week.
It has been a very exciting last few days, and tonight the crowds just keep getting bigger and bigger. Tonight I think they had 18,000 or 17 or 18,000 people there. Boy, it is tremendous.
It wasn't basketball.
That's true too. It was loud though. The first night of event finals tonight at the World Gymnastics Championships, and the United States takes home one medal. Our Channel 6 ABC expert analyst Bart Connor, with help from Nadia Comaneci, fills us in on the details.
Let's start out with the action from the two women's finals. A very special evening tonight on the uneven bars. A perfect 10 by Kim Kwang-suk of the Democratic People's Republic of Korea. Kim scored the perfect 10, only the second of the entire championships. Kim, of course, takes the gold medal. But American Shannon Miller also had a fantastic showing. Shannon received a 9.950, good enough to tie for second with Soviet Tatiana Gutsu. They both received silver medals.
It was good for, the United States and good for me to help my confidence, and I was glad that I could win a medal. I got silver and hoping for gold tomorrow.
In the women's vault competition, Kim Zmeskal was hoping to strike gold once again. Wednesday night, Kim scored a perfect 10 in the vault, but not tonight. Kim's two vaults combined for a 9.7, well out of the medal chase in 7th place. Taking the gold, Lavinia Milosevic of Romania. Lavinia's two vaults combined for a score of 9.949. And on to the men's competition for this evening. On the floor exercise, Soviet Igor Korobchinsky takes the gold with a 9.875. In the pommel horse, another Soviet, Valery Balenki, edges Andreas Becker of Germany and Yoshiaki Hatakeda of Japan. Balenki scored a 9.912. And finally this evening, the men's still rings, Soviet Grigory Misyutin scores a 9.875 and wins the gold medal. Misyutin edged out a very stiff competition from Germany's Andreas Becker and Italy's Yuri Keki. American Scott Keswick put together a solid routine, but the Soviets were again just too tough. Scott scored a 9.775, good enough for a tie for 6th place.
To be 6th in the world, that's a good thing. I've never been to World Championships before, so I'm very pleased with my performance in general. I was hoping to stick the landing. I think that was the biggest key. You can't really win a medal or hope to win the gold without sticking.
And joining us now is Nadia Comaneci, and Nadia, it was a very exciting night of gymnastics here. Shannon Miller earned a silver medal for the United States on the uneven bars, becoming one of the youngest members of the U.S. team to win a medal at the World Championships. And finally, Romania got a gold medal.
Yes, I am very happy for Lavinia Milosevic that she won the gold medal on the vault. She did a great vault and she deserved to win the gold.
How about that 10 on the uneven bars? Kim Kwang-suk from Korea was spectacular.
Yes, it was. I'm not surprised that she won the gold medal. She did a great routine and incredible difficult element, a new trick that will be named after her.
And it was a great night out here at the Hoosier Dome. Wonderful gymnastics. There's just one more day left. So for Nadia Comaneci, I'm Bart Connor. Thanks for joining us. 6 Sports.
Okay, when we come back, a very busy day of college football. We will have that.